Warp activated. Fuel status marginal.
Now today, we're going to be talking about each one of the mini systems. We got the mini Nintendo, the mini Sega Genesis, and the mini Famicom. Now let's get on with the video. Okay, so today, we're going to be talking about each one of the mini consoles, like the mini Nintendo, the mini Sega Genesis, and what is it called?
Famicom.
Famicom.
Okay. So you want me to explain them real quick?
Yes.
All right. So the Nintendo Mini is the one everybody knows about. That came out back in November. I went with my wife to the launch event. We just happened to be in the city. I really wasn't planning on going. We got out of the comedy club and I knew they were having it. It's not like I didn't know about it. And I asked her, could we stop there to see if we can pick one up? So we stopped and we waited in line for a while and we almost left because the line didn't move for a while, and it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock because we actually didn't get there until like 12:30, so it was like 1 o'clock, 1:15. I told her we could probably leave, but your mom said let's just stay. So anyway, we stayed, and the funny thing is I was even telling people online that wanted to leave. I'm like, don't worry, you can get one the next day, no problem. Well, I was wrong. These things were selling like crazy. I think most of the reason was they just didn't make a lot of them. I don't think it was because every single person really wanted one. But then a second market came out for it. So for a while, you needed like $300 to get one of these. Right now, it's about $130 to get one on eBay.
That's a lot of money.
It is because they cost $60. I do not recommend paying more than $60 for one of these. It is the best flashback system that I've ever seen. It is a legit Nintendo system. It's the packaging and the thing, and that's the reason why you buy it. Because not to play the 30 games, although it's fun to play the 30 games. There's so many other ways you can play, easier ways to play those 30 games. But anyway, it's the best flashback system, but it's still a flashback system at the end of the day. So it's $60 it's plenty worth for it. I don't recommend usually paying more than $30 for a flashback system, but this is actually a very high quality system. Anyway, so the only drawback of it is I don't want to do a full review on it. Is the controller cords are short, which is fine for my setup here. Actually, it's better for me. But if you're sitting in the living room, you might have some problems. Anyway, I'm going to move on. So
the next one is the Famicom, which is like a family computer. That's what it says.
Yeah, so that's a short for family computer. It was the original system of the Nintendo Entertainment System most people know back in Japan. This is what was out at the beginning. And
tell your story.
It's not a big story. It's just that when they decided to bring it to the States, there was video games had become very unpopular at the time. It was like 82-ish, 81, whatever. And when they decided to bring it back to the States, they didn't want to bring it back as a video game because the toy stores didn't want to sell video games. So they had to make it look like something that wasn't a toy. So they made it look like an entertainment center. That's why they have the little lid that comes up because they want to hide the cartridge. They didn't want parents to even know it was a video game, I guess. So they put a robot with it, so it'd be more like a toy. And that's kind of how they snuck it into the toy stores. And it was actually around for a few years, not really super popular until people started playing Mario Brothers and started realizing how good it was, and Contra. I believe Contra was the other reason Contra was so good. And that's it. That's basically this. When they came out with the Nintendo Mini, they also came out with the Famicom Mini, and it has almost the same games. There's like 5 games that are different on this than the 30 games that come onto here. By the way, we added games to this. We added 60 more games. So this one has 90.
Wow.
You can add games to the Famicom. I haven't done it. I probably won't. I don't. It's kind of redundant at this point. But I believe you can. I haven't seen anybody do it online. And Samantha, what's the last one?
The Sega Genesis, which is apparently really good, and it has many like things on it, like Nintendo and stuff.
Yeah. Well, basically, it's not really a mini. It's a basically a USB hub that was given out on Loot Crate some time ago, and I picked one up for $30, and I put a Pi Zero in it. And the only reason why I'm including this is because whenever you talk about the Nintendo Mini, whenever I hear anybody talking about it, there's always going to be people who come on and say, "Oh, but I have a Pi system and I can run 8,000 games and whatever," and which is, to me, is missing the point of the Nintendo Mini. The point of the Nintendo Mini is not to play a million games on it. It's, in fact, for a lot of collectors, they really don't play a lot of games on it. They're just... Anyway, the point of this is more about collecting. I'm not going to do a full review on this, but basically the idea is that if you're into Nintendo and you're into collecting consoles like I am, you have to have this, whether you play it or not. I don't collect Japanese consoles, so I originally wasn't going to get the Famicom, but at some point I just decided to get it. I think I had some Amazon Christmas cards that I had gotten for Christmas. I actually wasn't going to get this. This I wanted because I like doing Pi systems. I have a Pi PlayStation. I did a Commodore 64 Pi. I have a television flashback that's a Pi. I may talk about them in other videos. I may not.
I'm pretty sure you wanted this because you said you wanted it.
This is awesome. Even if you never play it, it's awesome. So there was no doubt I wasn't going to get this. I would have waited. If I didn't get one at the launch event, I would have waited. I would not pay more than $60 for this, and I love this thing. So anyway, the Genesis Pi, we played them all. So let's just go back to from the beginning. So we played all three of them. So what do you want to? I'll let you talk about each one.
So the Nintendo has basic Nintendo games like what should I say? Mario, Mega Man, and Mega Man's pretty good. It has like Kirby, the Kirby one too, and like is that the one that had Pac-Man too?
This has Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And there's Kirby.
Pac-Man.
We played RC Pro-Am on it.
Yeah.
We played.
Oh, those are good. Mario, apparently he's not good at it.
I'm really bad at Mario. I'm actually really bad at most of the games. I just collect consoles. I'm actually not great at too many of these games.
Mario's pretty good. I feel like Mario's pretty good because
You feel like Mario's good because it's Mario?
yes.
Because you played it on the 3DS and you played it everywhere else?
I feel like the more modern ones has like better graphics, but this one is more. I feel like the older one is more fun though.
It's more fun to play because you can just pick it up and play it, and where the other one, you're always stuck at some spot, and there's those they try to sometimes do too much. Nothing wrong with the modern Mario games, but it's just it's like fun to go back and just pick up a simple game. There's so many games on the Nintendo that are just fun to pick up and play, which I like to do. I don't have the time to play the more involved games anymore. With all, I'm just too busy for that. And you got too much homework for that. So it's good to just pick up and play a quick game. All right, so we played some games here. We played RC Pro-Am. I think we played Mario. We played
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man on here.
Pac-Man's like Pac-Man. Yeah, Pac-Man is Pac-Man. Everybody knows what Pac-Man is.
Well, we have a Pac-Man machine, so you've played Pac-Man before. Famicom. We just played a couple games in the Famicom, but the one we had the most fun with, which one was that?
Which one? Oh, yeah, the sumo wrestling.
I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a sumo wrestling game. And and we figured it out. Took a little while to figure out how to select our characters because it's all in Japanese. But we did, and we played, and we had a lot of fun. I kicked your butt in that game, though.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And,
yes, we have no idea what it's called because it's in Japanese.
Yes.
Everything on the back is on Japanese.
Yeah, so... you Google it for which game it is, but I think there's 5 games on here that are not included in here. And again, since you can add games, you can change that all around. One more thing about this. The controllers are really tiny. And they're plugged in, so you can't...
I can't. Usually I hold them like this, but the wire's in the way.
You can't add extra controllers to this thing.
Nope.
So, not that I'm sure there's a way to hack into it and do that, but out of the box, you can't just plug a different pair of controllers in. And then last thing we did, we played the Genesis Mini.
Yes.
What did we play? We played...
we played Sonic. Did we?
Sonic Hedgehog 3. We were racing with.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
I was Tails, and you were.
No, I think it was Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay, yeah, Sonic and Knuckles.
And
But it was
we
Sonic
were
Hedgehog
racing.
3, Sonic and Knuckles.
We were racing and racing, and I feel like it was a good game, but they could have made like the rounds maybe a little longer.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite Sonic game.
No, I feel like they could have like added like more interesting like power ups and more coins and make it maybe the rounds a little longer.
Sure.
And at the beginning, it made you wait 3 seconds.
What is your favorite Sonic game then?
I like the Adventure Sonic.
On Dreamcast?
Yes.
1 or 2, I like 2 the best.
Yes,
because
2.
you can 2 Sonic Adventures 2 on the Dreamcast is probably the best. Aside from the original Sonic, which I have a fondness for, is the best Sonic sequel or whatever you want to call it because of the multiplayer.
Yes.
Because being able to play just racing the Sonic, like doing the races, I love doing that. Anyway, so
yeah, races are cool, but I feel like in the adventure you get to walk around too and fight too. I think. Or what's that?
And you can do
yes.
and
Yes.
then there's the adventure part of it, which does get a little difficult.
Yes, it does.
So that's kind of not my favorite part of it, because I really don't have time to learn.
Yeah, I love the races though. Yeah. They're fun.
And we played one more thing on the Genesis.
What was it called? The Con?
Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat 3.
Which was
which was like any Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we were just fighting, and there was blood, and then we were beating each other up for a while.
Yes.
So that's really it for the.
I won Mortal Kombat.
You did win.